Social Media University.
Men and women. I think we might have talked about this last podcast. We
I think
make
a little
friends
bit
differently.
Yeah.
Women, they make friends based on like emotion. Men make friends based on like, what can you do for me? You know,
Yeah.
will you make my group stronger or weaker? Are we more vulnerable with you? You know, so I would make friends like that.
That's so true, actually, man.
Yeah.
Because like when you think about it, when a guy is like introduces a new guy to the group, the first thing that they say is like what the guy adds. So it's like literally, if it's a funny guy, they're like, "Oh, he's hilarious," or if like,
Yeah,
or
you
if
gotta
he's
sell it.
jacked, they're like, "Oh, he's jacked." You know what I mean? It's so funny that
Yeah,
you say
yeah.
that. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead with your story.
No, it's so true. I even do that. You have to like sell the idea, you know? And then you'll notice too, like, you ever like run into somebody and you're like, you're with a buddy and you run into somebody, you know, and then that friend just awkwardly stands there and kind of just like twiddles their thumbs,
Oh
man.
yeah.
Right away, you just got to be like, introduce them. So then, even though they're not directly in the conversation, it's like the mutual respect for each other
Hmm.
exists. So like little stuff like that, you get really good at that. And then when you get different friends and then you link them up together, and all of a sudden now like you just created a new friendship, it gives you a lot of leverage because they go to you as like, this guy brings me not only value from himself, but he has other good friends that vouch for him. And through doing that, basically, I have like this huge group now of like entrepreneurial guys. But what ended up happening though from those guys I had film stuff for me, they ended up calling in a lot of favors for me. So
Oh, okay. They got you back.
my one buddy that had the job at a car dealership, I took all my camera equipment. I went out to Oakville and I filmed like several videos for him, like talking about the cars, like these Audi cars he was selling. And my other buddy, I helped him with some comedy writing. And my one friend, Will, who was like one of the first guys to film a lot with me, I wrote him a whole game plan, business plan for how to start a channel, grow it, and also get people to work for you for free,
That's
which was the
amazing.
biggest thing. So yeah, I mean, as long as you provide value to people, then that's what makes them come to
Willing to
you.
do it back.
But also, like, you have to be kind of a sniper for talent. Like if I see what I think are talented or like, masculine guys that would be very useful, especially when united with other guys like that, then I scout them. I go like, yeah, man, join my group.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. No, that's awesome. And I think that's great because you're always thinking about like life somewhat strategically, which I think is a lot of people just kind of go through the motions and like they're in a current and they just get pushed and they're content with that. But you do have the ability to shape how your life how your life looks.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
one question that after hearing this, like there's a repeating theme coming on here, whereas like you're very skilled at dealing with relationships and with people. So you didn't go to school for psychology or anything like that. So how did you develop and nurture these skills that you clearly now have?
Mm. I guess, I've thought about it before. I think I've answered this before to other people, but the answer kind of changes over time. Because when I was like younger, I was a real loner, man.
Mm.
I loved drawing, making art, being by myself. And high school, same thing. I was kind of a loner. Um, wasn't the best time. I think what I always wanted was just to be like accepted and liked by people. And I think that's what like the deep root was. And once I got older and I started to realize that like, like in high school, you think like it's everything, right? You think
Yes.
popularity, you think it's everything. And as you get older, you realize like it's not like that. You can actually do what you want. College, university, people are just chill. You have freedom. And once I had all that, I was kind of like relieved a bit. And it gave me this incentive to just take chances and take risks. And I've had some huge failures and lots of things I regret. And, but the fact I've taken those chances and risks and kind of learned from them and learned from the experience, put myself in comfortable situations. And eventually, like, you learn what works by doing it and what doesn't work.